I do want to flip over to the top 30, the players that made it to Eastlake.
Yes.
Producer Josh had a great segment here. Wait a second. This guy had a top 30 season, which I love. The all-stars of this, Patrick, Sungjae M had one top 20 since the Memorial and made Eastlake. How does that happen?
Incredible.
Top 5 Century, Farmers, and Masters. That was a long time ago.
I think he might be the worst iron player on the PGA Tour.
How is he?
Too. Which let me look this up very quickly. But
could he call in the caddy to hit the iron shots? Like he drives it.
Do you think Willie Wilcox is a better iron player than
might be right now? He might be right now.
Okay, so he finished second to last, or currently second to last.
Sungjae did second to last.
He's ahead of only Will Chandler, losing almost a stroke per round. He's lost 76 strokes on approach this year. And Scotty Scheffler. So both these guys in the Tour Championship. Scotty Scheffler has gained almost 83 strokes on approach this year. So simple math
them
here.
Into par 3 contest next year. Let's put them side by side.
83, 76.
I like the year.
Scotty Scheffler has gained nearly 160 strokes on Sungjae M with his iron play alone this season, and both players will be teeing it up this week at Eastlake.
I need Sungjae to win the Tour Championship just so we can bring this back up. That is really funny. Good job on that. That's a great stat.
Oh my gosh, that is I have no idea. I guess Sungjae probably just played every single tournament like he normally does, but good for him. And then I would say one that is not on the list, and we were kind of going through worst case scenarios for the PGA Tour this weekend, potential winners. Jacob Bridgman.
Yeah, I know.
Like, imagine if during this Scotty run, Jacob Bridgman somehow wins the FedEx Cup. Wouldn't that be something? His name, and this is nothing to like. It's a great accomplishment that Bridgman has done this, right? Young guy, starting off his career. Kudos to him. Great season. His name would be on that trophy with Scotty, Rory, Tiger, Jacob Bridgman, the one-off. No starting strokes or anything weird with the FedEx Cup. I would love nothing more, Shane.
What are your thoughts on I tweeted this out yesterday. We did the staggered start at the Tour Championship for a long time, but the way Scotty's playing, what are your thoughts on a reverse staggered start? Scotty has to start 10 over. Do you hate the idea or no?
Well, if you think about it,
he gets penalized for being great.
He was 9 back with 54
like where does he
holes
finish?
to go.
Where does he finish if he starts 10 over? Honestly, like does he finish top 10?
He, I think he would probably almost win, if not win still.
I agree.
That's where
with
I'm
you.
at. Yeah, that's
like
where
I
I'm
kind of
at.
think it's like whatever he's got to do. I think is kind of where I'm at with it. One of the other things I wanted to throw at you is obviously had a new caddy in this week. I kind of want to see Scotty just continually bring in more like another caddy with a little less caddy experience and see how far down we can go. Like who could we have on the bag that would hurt Scotty's chances of winning?
Well, I feel like we've kind of seen that. You can go down all the way to a chaplain. Once you get to a chaplain, it's okay. This might start hurting Scotty Scheffler a little bit.
Is it chaplain ahead of pastor or below pastor?
Oh, it kind of feels below.
I think so too. I think so too. Yeah.
It does.
So pastor may be a winner. Chaplain,
correct.
Not so much.
Yes. And once we get to like Cardinal, Bishop, Pope, I mean, Scheffler's running away with those guys.
No doubt about it. Another guy on the top 30. Wait a second. The guy had a top 30 season. Corey Connors, some injuries and all that, but 9 top 25s between Genesis and Memorial, 4 of those top 10s, top 20s at the 3 majors. So that was nice. But again, just never felt like we heard from Corey Connors that often this season. Kind of ball striking his way in. Anybody else on the list that you feel like is a bit surprising to see? I'll say this on the surprising side. I'm surprised Harry Hall is as low on the list as he is. I just feel like every time I've looked up, Harry Hall has been floating around the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, Ariel, a.k.a. the Silent H, I'm trying to make that one a thing.
I
I
like
don't
that.
know. I'm still, yeah, I'm feeling it, but I'm hoping it really catches
Yep.
on. The only guy to climb inside the top 30 this week too. There's all that movement, and then it was like, okay, Lucas Glover and Harry Hall. That's the only switcheroo. I'm pretty shocked too, Shane. But it kind of goes to show you gotta really make the most of your good starts, like a Sung Jae, like a Jacob Bridgman, who had a few.
Bridgman, like when he played well, it was top 5. Yep.
Exactly. And meanwhile, Harry Hall, it's been FedEx Cup points by a million T17s. You know,
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. You know how Bill Simmons has always talked about, like if you had somebody on the sideline that was a fan of the other team and the coaching staff asked that person, like, would you want us to go for it or kick kind of thing?
okay.
I wonder about Ari All, your boy, Silent H boy. If you asked Keegan and the American guys about the 12th player on the Ryder Cup team, like who would you not want to see? I think Harry Hall's like birdie average per round is first or second on the tour this season, and obviously
Mhm.
making a lot of birdies in a Ryder Cup is extremely helpful. I feel like if you asked American players right now of the players that are fighting for that 12th spot, who do you not want to see? I think the real ball knowers would probably mention Harry.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So he is now second in terms of putting behind Sam Burns. He's number 6 in terms of total strokes gained on the PGA Tour
I'm
this
telling
season.
you, man, this guy's had a sneaky year.
Dang, number 6. That's unbelievable.
It's just hard when you wear that hat to scream dominance. Like it's hard to be scary with that hat on. Let's be honest.
Musso wants him to be on the Ryder Cup team just so he can see a European hat like that. Like he's begging for it.
Shout out. You know what? I got producer Josh, you got to pull up a Jesper Parnevik Ryder Cup picture, please. Just so we can get a look at the Ryder Cup flipped up Jesper hat when you get a sec.
I think I think just because putting wise, he's never really out of it technically.
Yeah.
12th spot, it's between the Højgaards and him pretty much, you could say.
Yeah. I think that's probably right.
Yeah. I love the discourse, don't get me wrong. I love the discourse, justice for Harry Hall, all that jazz. I don't know. I felt like it's just not going to happen.
He doesn't scream fear at you. I got you.
That's he doesn't. Fine. Yeah, which is weird because, like you said, he has the hat and some like really interesting facial hair too that is blonde. You don't really see that a ton, which I do appreciate. I do appreciate him trying to pull that off, but I don't really. Wow, that is sweet.
That is so good. Jesper, man.
I need that hat. Wow.
I bet it's on eBay, and I bet it cost at least $200.
Yeah, way too much money. I don't think people are afraid of the Silent H.
Okay. Some notable misses top 30, and I thought this was very interesting. Brian Campbell, Ryan Fox both missed. Both had multiple wins this season. Again, you kind of go back to Jacob Bridgman and his season. I mean, Jacob Bridgman missed 9 cuts. You know, it wasn't like he made every cut and was gaining points all the time. And then you get somebody like, Brian Campbell and Ryan Fox. I mean, Brian Campbell's, we're talking about him, potentially in the mid-season to be on this Ryder Cup team, right? And it's like, I mean, it's like he didn't even make it to East Lake. It's just crazy.
Wait, hold up. We got to back up here. Did we bring up Brian Campbell in a Ryder Cup discussion?
Listen. When we do this show every week.
I was getting heat on Twitter on Sunday when Daniel Berger WD'd. Someone goes, "Thank God those 2 CBS people will stop talking about Berger on the Ryder Cup." And someone goes, "I don't think they've said anything since May." And they're like, "Why don't you ask those 2 clowns?" And I got tagged in it.
Nice, there you go.
But if we brought up Brian Campbell, that is worthy of the clown emoji.
Okay.
I don't think
you know what we might have to scour through. We've said a lot of names that are going to make this Ryder Cup team over the last 3 or 4 months. But I mean, you win twice and don't make it to East Lake just kind of says a lot about that kind of flash moments. But 2 wins is wild. Winning once and obviously not make it is normal. But I mean, Campbell had no other top 30 outside the 2 victories, which is pretty sick.
He's the new age Jim Herman. And like unlike Fox, who won an opposite field event, so you can give him a little bit of grace because you don't get as much juice for the squeeze there. Brian Campbell, 2 normal events, not in East Lake.
Crazy. Xander not there. Missed the Tour Championship first time since 2016. He always plays well there. I think Xander probably heard the news mid-season of the change with the staggered start, which he's probably been affected by the most, and went, finally, I can win this thing. And now he's not even in the field, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's a big time bummer. The 1 year everyone starts from zero is the 1 year he does not make the tour championship. I thought it was pretty interesting when he said after his round how he's like, yeah, I'm just going to shut it down until the pro court pretty much, which he's like, not even going to look at my clubs, going to hang out. He when people ask Xander what he's going to do, it's the same answer every single time. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to hang out, chill with my dogs. Yeah.
I think Xander gives off like multiple couch hours a day vibes to me.
Oh,
like Xander could be, I think Xander's one of those guys, like
big lounger.
Probably has a really nice house. He's probably got a really nice couch. And I'm going to imagine he's got a very big television. And I could see Xander being a guy's like, oh, wow, I Uber Eats 11 meals in a row. Like he might Uber eat Starbucks. I just feel like he's like the chilling at that. I'm not doing a ton, man. Just going to relax.
Oversized hoodie, like snaps out of it. He goes, I haven't seen the sun in 7 days.
No, I haven't showered since Wednesday. Like it's Saturday. I need to shower.
The milk in his coffee is like curdling a little bit. That one's from Monday. It's Friday now. He's like, oh gosh, I gotta figure this out.
No, wait till you have kids and you get hit with the bottle that you need to clean and you haven't realized it's been sitting there for 2 days. That's one of the great parenting moments when you're like, oh. I will say we need to do this at some point. I know we graded major seasons. There have been a lot of disappointing seasons from big names. I think Xander probably tops the list. Obviously, we could go into some of the live guys as well, like Brooks and people like that. But in terms of coming off the season last year into the season this year, and obviously the injury didn't help, but this is like captain lost year for Xander Schauffele, if there ever was one.
Yeah, totally just sucks. Like you mentioned, you've been all over it when you're at the top of your game and you experience just a forgotten year. Like you don't get those back in your prime.
No.
And I'm interested to see what he does at the Ryder Cup too. And if he can kind of find something that he can kind of put a feather in his cap in and be like, okay, this was a successful year. I grabbed 4 points for Team USA. I can be happy with that.
So the year Rory played Whistling Straits, if I remember correctly, and you might know this better, Josh, you might be able to pull up his year that year. But if I remember correctly, I don't feel like Rory had a great season that year. The Whistling Straits Ryder Cup year, went into that Ryder Cup. I don't think he'd been playing like Rory level golf, and then obviously had a disappointing Ryder Cup. I'm starting to kind of get those vibes from Xander at this Ryder Cup. He's one of the quote unquote best players on the American team. I could see going out with Cantlay, playing with Patrick all the time. I could see a pretty if the Americans lose, I could see some like 1-3 or some situation like that for Xander, and it really being kind of kicking the teeth again, kind of completing the season. Now on the other side, I mean, he could go out there and play some great golf and kind of save the year. But again, Rory's year that year, I mean, could you make the font smaller, Josh? Is that possible? Could you make it even just a little bit smaller? Just if you could make it where it's just dots, like if like it's like a girl on her bachelorette party's Instagram stories would be awesome. I think the greens are top 10s, so there are some top 10s in there. But what is it? One at Quail Hollow too. Okay, 21. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it was a great year, right? I mean, is that one victory for the whole season? So. It is. And I think no, you're right. In 2021, that is he was at 1.66 total strokes gained. And that is like the worst season since 2013. Yeah. So again, I think there's some comps there. I think the comp with Xander this year and maybe Rory in the breakdown kind of post run interview thing, I think we could see a little bit of that. Hopefully we don't. I mean, I'd like to see Xander play some good golf, but when you're playing really bad golf and then you put the clubs away for 3 weeks and then go, it's fine. I'll just figure it out when we get to Napa. That place just like that page. We'll see how it goes. Anybody else on the top 30 thing before we flip over to live? Bummer for Ricky, obviously. Yeah. I think Xander's obviously the very big one, but Ricky being inside the top 30 and then falling out with just throwing up all over himself down the stretch was a bit of a bummer. Yeah, shocking too. I got to say,
Yeah.
does not really describe the career.
Straight into an interview as well. Which
the interview timing, that was tough,
brutal.
man.
Brutal.
You get the one question, then you get the second question where Caro was trying to save it with the, you made a great push or whatever. Thank you so much. And then Ricky gives the full on answer as they're going out to Scotty highlights.
Yeah.
It was, come on, Ricky, you know media better than that. Caro was trying to shut you down, man.
The question was, so talk about Scotty's chip on 17.
Yeah. And what even about him? And he's like, yeah, and then also Ricky, come on. He was like, yeah, he's pretty good. It's like, come on, dude, give us something else here. That was not his best moment. Shout out Cara. She was trying her hardest there to get him to say something, anything, and he simply would not.